Good morning, carnivores, and welcome back to Carnivore Confidential. I'm Dougie the Butcher. I usually take my inspiration or get my inspiration from my freezer regarding what I'm going to do for a video for this week or the following week or whatever. And digging through my freezer this morning, I found some pork tenderloin that I'm going to I'm going to have for dinner tonight. But I also thought it would be a good time to explain the difference between pork tenderloin and pork loin. I know probably many of you already know the difference, but I am asked on a daily basis almost, someone looking for a pork tenderloin meaning they want a pork loin, or vice versa, someone looking for a pork loin and they actually want a pork tenderloin. The difference is visually, if I could explain it this way, if you imagine a T-bone steak, the large muscle, that's the loin muscle. The small muscle, that's the tenderloin muscle. So again, often I'll have people ask me for a pork tenderloin and they're looking for a pork roast. A pork tenderloin can be roasted, but it's pretty small. You know, diameter or circumference probably about that big, whereas a pork loin roast could be as big as that. And of course, you can cut it to any length you like. But again, there's a vast difference between a pork tenderloin and a pork loin. And hopefully that clears things up for you. Now, on a second point, my wife, I guess about a month ago, I did a pork loin video where I took it all apart and showed you what you could get from it. Boneless chops, butterfly chops, stuffed chops, so on and so forth, schnitzel. After that was published, a co-worker of my wife's, I believe his name is James Bullen from the east coast of Canada, commented that he'd like me to do, or at least show him how to clean a pork tenderloin. So James, this one's for you, buddy. Let's get busy. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself or too far away from where I was going with this video in the first place. It's going to be short and sweet this afternoon, but I did a pork loin video a while back, as you probably recall. If not, you could probably go and check that out. But you really don't have to clean it up very much. I mean, there is some fat on it you can just pull off like so, but a lot of people like to take it off, and I'm going to show you how to quickly do that. Again, I didn't bring my big cutting board up because it was kind of overkill, but I still need my cutting mat, which prevents this thing from sliding around. And I think I showed you that before. I got this at the dollar store. Who knows, $1, $2, whatever. But it's really, really great because it prevents your plastic sliding, your whatever the heck this is, cutting board from sliding around on your kitchen countertop. So to clean this up, like I said, there's a little bit of fat you can usually just pull off with your fingers. And in order to get rid of this silver skin, just like the fish video, just like the flat iron steak video, this is easily removed. And I'll show you, all you do is slide, hi baby, you interested in what I'm doing? You're always interested in what I'm doing. All you do is slide the knife underneath it, just beneath the skin. Angle your knife up like this, right? And pull away from yourself. Same on the other side. You're cutting toward yourself, so please be careful. And you may have to do this in a couple of different steps, but it's just as easy as that. Darn it, sticking to my glove. It really is just as easy as that. So, be it beef or pork, it's done the same way. There really isn't a whole lot of fat on a tenderloin. And that's it, folks. Easy as pie. And that's a little treat for my dogs. And this is my dinner. I'm not going to take that off because that's a little bit of fat. And there isn't a whole lot of fat on this anyway, so I'm going to leave it on there. Now, what you could do with this is you can, cut it into medallions, turn them this way, pound them flat for scallopini or cutlets. Or you could butterfly it down the center, lay it open, stuff it with whatever you like, wrap it, tie it, roast it. Or you can roast the whole thing on a barbecue, cook the whole thing on a barbecue, indirect heat. I like to use indirect heat whenever I can,
because that way I can smoke something. I can put smoking pellets on one side, on the heat side, and then I can have my meat on the indirect heat side, and that's when I'm using the propane grill. Same issue if you're using a barbecue, a charcoal grill or an offset smoker or whatever like that, anything like that. But yeah, I'm going to smoke this whole thing, or I'm going to cook this whole thing. One other thing to remember is that, as you can see, this is a tapered muscle. It's much thicker here than it is here. So keep in mind that this section is going to cook an awful lot faster than this. So you could actually cut it off here so that the whole thing is the same circumference, and cube this up for stir fry or whatever. But I mean, this is such a versatile muscle, and they're cheap, folks. I mean, even with the pandemic going on, pork, it's hard to get, just because our supply chain has been interrupted. But generally speaking, pork tenderloin is very, very reasonable. This is filet mignon of pork. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you like what you see. Please like and subscribe to my new channel. Oh, I forgot. Shout out to Von Ryan Luxus Dobermans. Big shout out to my beautiful friends John and Isolde. They're the breeder of our beautiful dogs. We've had, gosh, 6 of their dogs. I had one other dog from a previous breeder before I met John and Isolde. But big shout out to Von Ryan Luxus Dobermans, or Dobermans Von Ryan Luxus. And we love you guys. Please like and subscribe to my new channel, and we'll see you next Thursday for a new video. Thanks a lot for dropping by, and stay hungry, carnivores. We'll see you next week.